My boss called me an autistic robot and stuck me with the worst job, so I changed the rerouting phone number to mine and changed the security camera passwords. My first real job was at this car rental place that had a car wash attached to it. Same owner, but technically two different businesses on paper. The car wash was open to the public, but we also used it to clean all the rental cars. I worked there for 5 years and it was absolutely miserable. Not because of the work itself, but because management hated me, like genuinely could not stand me. And the crazy part is, I never did anything wrong. I showed up on time, did my job, was polite to customers, they just didn't like my personality. One day my boss actually said to my face that I was like an autistic robot. Those were his exact words. Autistic robot. He said I made people uncomfortable, and that's why they didn't want me around. That explains so much. Like how I worked there for 5 entire years and never once got invited to the Christmas party. At first I thought maybe they just didn't do parties, but then this new guy started and he accidentally mentioned the party from last year. I was like, what party? He got all weird and quiet. Turns out they had parties every single year. They just specifically excluded me and told everyone to keep it secret. When I confronted my boss about it, he didn't even deny it. He just said, yeah, we don't invite you because you make people uncomfortable. Then he used that autistic robot line again, like it was a totally normal thing to say. That's also why I got stuck with the worst schedule. The car rental yard closed at 2 p.m. on weekends, but the car wash stayed open until 5 p.m. Someone had to stay behind for 3 extra hours by themselves to handle the deluxe hand wash services. Before I started, they rotated who had to do it so everyone took turns. But once I was hired, it became my permanent job. Every single weekend. Just me, alone at the car wash while everyone else got to leave early. I started to really resent that place. If they were going to treat me like garbage, then I decided I wasn't going to bust my ass for them anymore. So I came up with a plan. After everyone left at 2 p.m., I would pack everything up and make the place look closed. Then I'd sit in the dark office and watch Netflix for 3 hours. I'd order curry from this Indian place down the street and just chill until 5 p.m. when I actually had to leave. I couldn't just go home because I had to set the building alarm at 5 p.m. and they could see what time it was set, so I had to physically be there, but nobody said I had to actually work. This went great for a few weeks. Customers would show up, see the place looked closed, and just leave. Some would settle for the automatic wash, which didn't require me to do anything. But then one guy decided to call. He really wanted a deluxe hand wash. He Googled our hours, saw we should be open, so he called the car wash. Except the car wash didn't have its own phone line. All calls went to the rental office next door, and when those rang out, they automatically forwarded to my boss's cell phone. I'm sitting there in the pitch black office eating my butter chicken when my phone rings. It's my boss. He's like, why is the car wash closed? Someone just called me looking for a hand wash and I can see you on the security cameras sitting in the dark. My heart dropped. I scrambled and told him I only closed like 30 minutes early, not the full 3 hours. He was still pissed, but he believed me. That's when I realized I had 2 problems. Customers calling would reach my boss, and my boss could watch the security cameras remotely, but I knew how to fix both of those things. See, I had to pull security footage all the time for the police because crazy stuff happened at that car wash. So I knew the admin password for the camera system, and I discovered the same password worked for the phone account. I changed the call forwarding number from my boss's phone to my phone. Then I reset the camera password to the default factory setting. That way my boss would be locked out. If anyone ever found out, I could just say it must have been a glitch or someone accidentally reset it. I figured they only checked the cameras when they had a reason to, and if all the phone calls came to me instead, they'd never have a reason to check. So every weekend after they left, I'd change the forwarding number to mine, get my curry, and close up shop. Then before I left at 5 p.m., I'd change the number back to my boss so he wouldn't notice anything. I did this for 6 months straight. Only about 3 or 4 people called during that entire time, and I'd just tell them, oh sorry, Google has the wrong hours, we're actually closed. Nobody ever caught on. My boss never realized he was locked out of the cameras. The phone forwarding stayed hidden. I got paid to eat Indian food and watch Netflix every single weekend for half a year. They deserved way worse for how they treated me. But getting paid to do absolutely nothing while they thought I was working, that felt pretty good.